It's been a little while since we've done a little update on the Bel Air, the bare metal Bel Air. I cut it. Stained glass itch living in me for a very, very, very long time. I've always related to it. I think in patterns and layouts as well. My house is filled with stained glass. I'm actually taking my first stained glass class, which I'm super stoked about. To be able to translate what stained glass looks like into metal was the only idea. I'm honestly very surprised I pulled it off, because this thing, man, you only get one 1964 body, you know, and these are original panels, and on top of original panels, like, I think I was gonna throw up every time I pulled the trigger, you know. To be able to make something like this come to life, it's like a fever dream, you know. You kind of come in here and you turn on music and you just start and you hope that the outcome is gonna be great. In this case, it really worked well for me. This car is inspired by cathedrals. You walk into a cathedral and you see above you in these beautiful glass panels of like stories of God and Jesus and his life, his disciples, and like these beautiful landscapes and like wisteria and like all this amazing glass just on the walls. You look up and it's just like, how do I translate this into metal? Louis Comfort Tiffany, if you're not familiar with his work, he is a stained glass artist. He also has dabbled in a bunch of different mediums in his life. Very, 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 very much influenced by him and his work. He had this incredible team of women, all artisans, that created these beautiful panels that went up into these churches in the late 1800s and early 1900s. And so how can you not be inspired by that? In a weird sense of things, like, I feel very, very much connected to him and his work. Like, the immense amount of research I've done on Louis Comfort Tiffany and the women of Tiffany glass, and what the lamps and like what every single square inch of his career transpired to, it ultimately led me to his studio. And there's a beautiful book on the stained glass pieces and all the artwork that is within his studio that I just absolutely fell in love with. And he also, being a lover of art and the next generation of art, created a foundation and a place there as well for students, for people to come there and study stained glass and study art freely, which was amazing. But sadly, that building burned down in the 1950s, I believe. Like, just extensive amount of research, like visiting churches. Like, some of his oldest work is in Milwaukee, and everybody knows how much I love Milwaukee. Had I met Evan sooner, I probably would have moved to Milwaukee instead of Tennessee, but you know, the good Lord wanted me here, so that's why I'm here. I made such good friends with this one church there. They took me through a whole tour of Louis Comfort Tiffany's glass there that they had in the building, and which really kind of set the tone that this is exactly the direction I wanted to go in the car. I truly believe that this car is going to be the most iconic piece of my career. And if you look at it, it really truly is like the best work I've ever created. It's interesting, you know, I used to joke and say that art is best creative when you're falling out of love or falling in love, and I always was falling out of love and in chaos and a lot of problems. And so creating this out of a place of love, it kind of hits different. And even like the delivery of it too, I lock myself away in here. It's like a fever dream. And I usually pride myself in how fast I do these things, but this, you see this side right here, like this side has 30 hours in it, just one side. So like you can imagine what it would be like to lock yourself away in here and just on music, on repeat. I'm just in a Viper chair, starting from one end to the other. And I kind of forget I have to drink things and like consume food and sleep. And so I just go into this trance. And so Evan bringing me food in here to eat and drink, and like it consumes you. Cutting this was not just putting a plasma cutter to this car. It truly, truly was like cutting away a part of me as well, to leave like my soul for you to see, to bear. But I hope I didn't disappoint. I hope y'all love it as much as I do, because I'm obsessed with the way it turned out. Since the last update, a lot has happened. The foundation is really moving. We're still building, so that way we can make sure that we're equipped to help people successfully in 2027. Sometimes I have these big wild dreams and then they come to life because I talk about them so much. And sometimes if you're not careful, like the words in your mouth are energy, come out, and you know, the universe will give you what you ask for if you ask enough. And this is kind of one of those things. You know, it's a lot of work. And when I say a lot of work, I mean, there's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of research, there's a lot of learning, and there's a lot that goes into it. We're having our first board meeting, and I'm talking to my board for the foundation about how we're going to find the people that we're looking for to help. And we threw around some ideas, but kind of nothing really landed in concrete. And like, I was kind of feeling discouraged after our first board meeting of like, how am I gonna find these people? How are they gonna find me? The next morning, I woke up to an email that led to a whole nother chain of events that I've been working on that are basically setting me up into the path to be able to help those people, help people like me. And so that right now entails actively building a welding art program at a school where kids like me went to that have never been exposed to the trades in any way, shape, or form. Now exposing them to the trades and working on trying to build them some sort of welding program that they can build a sculpture over a year and give it back to the community and be able to see it and other people enjoy it as well. I think that's going to start, you know, changing things immediately. But within that, going a step further, inviting their parents in to weld and fabricate with them as well. And if they're interested in the trades, not only would we put the kids through trade school with job placement, but the opportunity also extends to their parents. I was a single mom that didn't get exposed to the trades until somebody walked into my restaurant who was driving a tow truck. So some of us don't know that this stuff exists until we show them it exists. I do apologize sometimes if there's a little bit of a delay in between updates with this, but y'all really truly have to understand, like, this is the most important thing in the world to me, and building this and leaving this behind to help people that are like me is a responsibility that I don't take lightly. Creating this for the next generation, it requires a lot of time and attention and effort and sleepless nights, but also most important piece of art I've ever created. I'm still working on funding, and so as the foundation starts to kind of build as well, I can't do any kind of donations or any of that kind of stuff yet, because I want to make sure that I build this foundation right and legally. With this welding program, I would love any amount of help. If you're interested in helping build out this welding program for these kids, we're gonna need concrete, we're gonna need walls, and we're gonna need help. So if you wanna help, please email me and let's make some conversations happen, because you know, this next generation needs it. And if we wanna save the trades, it starts with them. And if we wanna change our future, it starts with them. The art car parade.
Honey, it's puppets. It's puppets.
The very first public appearance of the car. Don't worry, other appearances are coming, but our car parade is something that's very, very important to me. The very first running and driving one of these I have ever done went through our car parade. I got the privilege to speak to Houston ISD, did a full school tour, visiting kids, telling them about my life, how I got here, and the trades, and showing them the car, of course. First public appearance of the car is to show the kids, because that's exactly who this car is for. I took it to all the schools to let the littles bless it. One kitty, is that a 1964 Impala? And these were littles, elementary school kids.
Let's rock and roll, baby.
For them to see like another side of the industry and to show them that you can do this for a living, which is really awesome. Next, we're gonna be here for a while working on the car. I do need to call Derek. I'll probably call him soon because I have got to order the correct floor pan for this. I'm gonna make sure I do that correctly. And then the body's coming off. I'm gonna weld it all in. We're gonna put the body back on. And then I'm gonna start a level of fabrication on this to kind of open the car up and to make it stronger. I have been thinking and toying with the idea of pulling out the fender wells in the front end so you can see the motor completely through and how that level of fabrication is gonna look like to brace those panels. All that's left is the trunk. I feel like the trunk is kind of the most important part of this car. So I think I'm gonna take a little more time to get kind of where I want my headspace to be to cut that thing. Like it runs and drives so good. When we took it to Houston, I drove it all around Houston.
This car is insane. And we're just out here driving on the highway in Houston, Texas.
Of course, with a police escort, which was so dope. And it did great. And I don't know if you've ever been to Houston, Texas, but try to drive on those roads. Why does everybody in Texas go so fast now? Like, where y'all going? Where y'all running from? Stop, slow down, you know? We've had some really cool stuff happening with Mecum as well. It's gonna be displayed in Nashville at Mecum Auctions in September. So if you are close and you are going to Mecum Auctions, I might be there and this car's gonna be there. So make sure you check that out with Mecum and all their websites and their socials and stuff. There's been a lot of back and forth. Is it a Bel Air? Is it an Impala? Is it a Bel Air? Is it an Impala? Somebody said it was a Biscayne. Definitely not a Biscayne. I could only find one kind of VIN. It was in the front passenger door. And then I was getting it ready for the Houston Art Car Parade, cleaning, doing a deep clean on this thing because this thing has been sitting for a long time, so it was disgusting. Plus I cut it, which creates black everything. So I have to clean all that kind of stuff out, that suet and whatnot, but found another VIN. And so Matt and I have been doing a lot of research on exactly what this car is. And per the VIN number, this thing is 100%, I feel like we could enter like a clip of Maury. Drum roll, 100%, this car is a 1964 Bel Air. So, Impala, Bel Air, they look basically the same. The only thing different, I think, is the trunk lid with the 3 lights versus the 2. You will still catch me calling it an Impala, but as marketing and selling it, everything you'll see as far as following the build will all be 100% the bare metal Bel Air, and it'll roll through the floor as a Bel Air. You're still gonna hear me say Impala. Tough. It is what it is. I'm gonna call it an Impala. I'm gonna call it a Bel Air. I'll call it whatever you call it. If you come to me and say, hey, I love your Bel Air, guess what? I'm gonna say, I love my Bel Air too. And then if you say, hey, I love your Impala, I'm like, that's a sick Impala, right? We both know what's happening here. We don't have to make a comment every 5 minutes that it's a Biscayne, an Impala, or a Bel Air. Use your imagination and just enjoy the build, you know? We don't get to build Impalas every day. I mean, Bel Airs. Or is it a Biscayne? I don't know. That's it. That's all I got for y'all. I should call Derek. See y'all later.